Hello children, today I am going to start the new history lesson. Today I take again history lesson only because what we completed in the last class, rise of British political supremacy in India. So for that lesson it is linked one. What policies they made, what are the effects of that one, all that one it is there. So I continued the history lesson only. Okay, today I am going to start the new lesson. That is impact of British rule. Already we know that British up to from the 1600 to 1757, British East India Company is only trading company. Their main aim is to make the trade in India. But in the year 1957, they fought the Battle of Plassey and they got the victory. That is the landmark for them. From that victory only they started and they entered in the administration of the India. Bengal came under their control, so they started administration. After that, Battle of Buxar, they expanded their rule. Like this way, they started entering in the administration of the India. That all that we learned today. After that, they started making the rules, legislations they started doing. That one, doctrine of lapse, subsidiary alliance, what are their effects, what purpose they made them, all that one we learn. In this lesson, we are learning what are the effects of that one. That one we are learning. Yes. See children, first one is land revenue system. Land revenue system of the British. See children, they are maintaining very huge army. They need lot of amount for that, huge amount they need for that, and all officers are from the England. They are taking very lump sum amount as their salary. Huge salary they used to take. They are from the foreign land. So what do they have to make? Yes, see children, lump sum amount they have to pay as a salary. How they will pay? How to maintain that one? For that purpose only they made the subsidiary alliance to maintain their army. That also not workable because sometimes possibly they have to keep the army in another kingdom. Then when the administration is their own, they started making the rules to collect the money. In olden time, job holders are very less. More than 75% of the population is dependent on the agriculture. So whatever tax they are collecting, they have to collect from the farmers only. For that purpose, they started doing the laws in the revenue system. Revenue means tax system. In the revenue system, they started making some rules. This one, Governor General. Many Governor General's names are there, laws are there. You have to remember all this one. Repeatedly you are watching the video, reading the lesson list, you come to know. This Warren Hastings, General Governor is Governor General. He made the law bidding system. This bidding system means bidding system. It is called children. How it is means? See, British only started collecting the tax. Going to every farmer and collecting the tax is very heavy for them. So they started the zamindari system. What it is zamindari system? See, for one in the one village, who is the rich farmer, for him they used to make him as a zamindar. He has to collect the tax of his village. Whole village tax he has to collect, and British used to take the tax from the zamindar. That means it is easy for them. Only from one person they used to collect the tax of the whole village. Follow the children. Like that they made the system. Zamindar system it is called. That zamindar is the head of that village. He is a leader of that village. He used to collect the tax on behalf of the British, and he used to hand out that tax to the British government. Like that. So bidding system means what he used to do. Who is bidding higher? amount. One more thing, British used to collect the tax in the form of money only, children. They are not taking the cereals or anything, whatever the farmers are growing. Everything they are tax they are collecting in the money. So who is giving the highest amount? For him, they used to make the zamindar of that village. They used to hand over the village to zamindar who is bidding higher. Followed no, children. For example, in one season, if the zamindar says, I will pay 50,000. Another zamindar will say, I will pay 60,000. Another will say, I will pay 80,000. Who is saying 80,000 is higher? So, which zamindar said, we will pay 80,000 now? For him, they used to make the zamindar of that village. Like that it is. Bidding system it is called. So, whatever amount they are saying now, that is called bid. Like that system we made. But how far it is good, children? See, what tax they are collecting, it is from the agriculture. Agriculture depending on the rainfall. There is no surety of rainfall, uncertain it is. If rainfall is good, means crop will come. Otherwise, where the farmers will pay the tax? It is not possible. So, what happened? Many farmers in the bidding system, they failed to pay the tax what they agreed to pay. It became difficult for them. So, they are unable to pay. If they are unable to pay, means how the British government will maintain their staff, their army, their officers. Because every month they have to pay the salary for them. So it becomes very difficult for the British to maintain their staff, to maintain their army. They want the steady income, sure income. It should come. Then only they can maintain all this one. Again they changed the revenue system. This British system was failed. Followed. Whatever, I will write that. See, children, when this British system was not workable, there will be one more system of collecting the tax, that is called permanent land revenue system. Permanent means it is bidding will vary, children. According to the zamindar, according to the season, they used to change. But here it is permanent. Once they fix means that same amount the zamindar has to pay to the British government, like that they made. This law is made by the Governor General Cornwallis. Cornwallis, that is the General Governor. He made this one in the year 1793. 1793 he made. What he made, children? According to the fertility, according to the crops, what they are growing, whether commercial or food crops, usually farmers are forced to grow the commercial crops only. Because they need income, they are not worried for the food. So, what type of crops are there, what type of soil is there, how the season, according to that one, once they fix the tax of that place, permanent it is, whatever the season. So, according to that one, zamindar has to pay the tax. If they fix 1 lakh rupees from one village means, the zamindar has to pay that tax 1 lakh rupees. Whatever the condition of the farmers, whatever the condition of the season. Whether crops came or failed, they will not bother. That he has to pay that fixed tax. Like that we made the system that is called permanent land revenue system. Cornwallis made this one. So what happened in this? This zamindar became the agent of the British to collect the tax. Follow, children? He became the agent. Just he is a middleman between the British government and the farmer. Instead of going to every farmer's door, they used to collect the tax from one zamindar. So whatever the tax collecting expenses were there, that one reduced. Now no need of going to every farmer's house. Now they will collect only from the zamindar, from the one person. Like that they made the whatever benefits they made, now everything for their benefit. for the benefit of the East India Company, not for any Indians. Like that they made children. See, already I said agriculture is produce and all is uncertain, as it is depending on the rainfall. Sometimes crops will be in a good condition, sometimes it will be fail. Many things are there. Drought will be there, or excess rain, or no drought. Like this, many things are there. So there is no surety of agriculture produce. Permanent tax you are collecting means how the farmer will pay. That is also very miserable. So what happened? The zamindars, to maintain their position, they want to be continue as a zamindars. So to maintain their position, to make the favor of the British East India Company, they started exploiting the farmers. They are very rude or very bad behavior they are started doing with the farmers. Yes, next one we are learning that one only children. See, this BD system they made, permanent land ready system they made. What are the effects of these policies? How it is affected on the Indian farmers? That one we will learn. Yes. Impact means effectual. Impact of zamindari system on peasants. Peasants means farmers. What is the effect of the farmers on the zamindari system on farmers? That one we are learning children. See, effects are nearly 7 to 8 are there. One by one I will read and I will explain. First one is farmers are exploited. Just I said. Fixed tax they have to pay means where they will pay, because their income is not uniform. It depends on many things, so it varies from season to season. It is changing. Fixed we have to pay means where they will pay. So it is the exploitation of the farmers. First and most important thing it is. Then zamindars, they are not only collecting the tax, they are collecting excess tax. 3/4 of the produce they are collecting children. Whatever they are doing, almost they are taking. Only 1/4 portion of the produce they used to keep with the farmers. It is exploitation only, no? Every hard work farmer is doing. This land, this crop it is. In the name of tax they used to take more than half. Exploitation only it is. Yes. Next, zamindar never given attention at the improvement of the condition of the farmer or improvement of the agriculture produce. When they are collecting the tax, when they want to maintain their position, they have to collect the tax. When they are collecting the tax, they must give some attention how to improve the yield of the agriculture produce. But they did not given any attention at the agriculture produce, agriculture yield or improvement of the farmers. They concentrated only on the collecting the tax. They are behaving very rudely with the farmers while collecting the tax. Then farmers were forced to pay the tax even though season is failed, crop is failed. Where they will pay children? So in the name of tax, whatever the zamindar is having, that one the zamindar started taking. Very bad, no? Yes. Farmers are forced to grow the crops which are needed for the England factories. Now, Britishers became the owner of India children. Whatever their will and wish is there, that was implemented in India. So, in what they made, India as a net exporter of raw materials. Whatever raw materials they are growing, that one they are taking to England. And whatever finished goods they are producing in England, that one they are importing in India. That we have to purchase. Raw materials they are purchasing at the cheap rate and they are selling the finished goods at the higher rate. Then we will become poor, no children. While giving we are taking less money. While paying we are paying higher, means we will become poor only. Like this way India become very poor. So for farmers, raw materials means it is mainly from the agriculture only. So what commercial crops they need for in an England factory. That one here for Indian farmers, they forced to grow that one, commercial crops. But we need food also, no children. From the farmer only we are getting the food. If farmer is not growing the food crops, means what happens? So that is the one more misery, that farmers are forced to grow the commercial crops. When they are growing the commercial crop, one more effect what happened? There is a shortage of food crops. See, mainly farmers, they are growing the food crops, means for a whole year whatever food cereals they need, that one they will store. They will not purchase that one. Now the farmers are forced to grow the commercial crops. They had to purchase the food crops, no children. How it is possible? He is not having money. Every more than half producer British are taking as a tax. How he purchase the food crops, food cereals? So the condition of the farmer was day by day is poor and worse. Then, because of this reason, bonded labor started in India. Bonded labor, children. Bonded labor means what, children? See, many were small farmers only. These farmers, they become bonded laborers, means that they take the loan from the zamindar, and after repaying of that loan, they used to work in the zamindar's house or in his land. Bonded labor means, see children, when you are taking the loan from the zamindar, you have to work in his farm or in his house without salary. Until you pay that loan or a debt, you have to work. It is years together. Sometimes father is to take the loan. If he is not able to pay, is unable to pay, means his son will work. It will continue to the next generation also. Like that they made. That is a bonded labor. Very worse, no children. Just for the loan, you have to work. There is no limitation of working hours, no work limitation. You have to work, that also without salary. That system also started because of zamindari system only. This zamindars only started this one. They are very badly behaving for the collection of tax. In that case, they are forced to take the loan. They are forced to sell their lands. How to survive? So they used to take the loan from the zamindar. Again, they are working with him only as a bonded labor. That system also started in India because of zamindari system. Follow children? Yes. For today it is enough. Then in the collection of tax money they made other system also. Raitwari system, Mahalwari system. That one we will learn in the next class. Today for today, two types we learn. That is land revenue system in that bidding system. Second one is permanent land revenue system. These two time systems, what are the effects? That one we will learn. Okay, no children? Yes. For today's class, I will do the homework. Yes. Homework for today. Who introduced the bidding system in India? What do you mean by permanent land revenue system? Meaning you have to write what were the impact of zamindari system on peasants? 7 points I explained them. That one you write in a point wise only. Who introduced the permanent land revenue system? For general Governor General Warren Hastings, that one I have to write. Okay, children? Yes. It is enough for today. Raitwari system and Mahalwari system I will take in the next class. Okay. Thank you.